Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 14 of 30 Days of Sketches, Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, Series 8, and the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Albert's Scraptember 2021. So you can see the fun sketch up here in the corner, and today's prompt is mixed media. So I thought I would come on here and show you my beginnings of mixed media before I get too far along and try and do quite a bit of this maybe with you today. Now, this is the kind of sketch that I love. It's sort of like a central design, and if you look at it, it's fairly simple, like some circles, circular photo, a few stars, and some mixed media on the background. But what I love is how you can layer the mixed media and get a lot of character onto the layout. So I think I'm going to go with an 8.5 by 11, and I took some vanilla cardstock because this is the photo that I want to do, and I put this through my die cutting machine. So used a die, the largest circle die that I had, to just do the photo in a circle, and we'll see afterwards. I'm not yet sure whether I'm going to matte the photo or not, but this is just some fun. It will go into my brush off album, and you can see here faintly a reflection of me in this door and the character on the door itself. This is as I was walking through the sort of inner city, the city outside of the touristy core. So I thought this was perfect to use with this kind of layout. So I just went in and I got some very vanilla cardstock, and I wanted to work in sort of the shimmery, in the browns, but with a little bit of, as you can see here, burgundy rust color. So the first thing I did, I went in and I got an old Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and I just did some packaging technique on the background, following a little bit the shape that you can see in the sketch. And then I wanted to get some stenciling and some texture on top of that. So I used the burlap stencil from Tim Holtz, because I think that gives a nice rustic, a little bit of a grungy feel. And I went in and I got my lovely glitter glaze in, and this is in apricot. Now, I don't think the color is actually apricot, but anyway, I love the color, and I love that it goes so well with the copper and with this photo. It brings in a touch of rusty, orangey, burgundy red, if that makes any sense, to the layout. So I just used my stencil and did not, of course, do a full coverage, because I really just wanted to get it on the background, in some areas over the packaging technique, and in some areas outside of the packaging technique and right on the cardstock, and therefore also have the packaging technique show on its own, because to me that adds layering and interest to the mixed media. So I just went in holding my stencil at different places and creating a pattern that I think would be pleasing. And now the question that I have for myself is, am I going to matte this on some cardstock? And I have this cardstock, which is definitely a burgundy red. So it's definitely more red than the glitter glaze, but I think it would sort of work, because I think I would like to matte. I don't like my naked edges, as you know, and I don't know that I would like inking or outlining the edges here. In fact, I don't think I would. So I think I want to go with a frame, but a very thin, a thinner frame than normal. Normally I have a 1/4 inch all the way around. I think I would do an 1/8 of an inch. And then the next question I have is, am I going to matte the photo in this lovely color. I mean, I think it does look nice, although it sort of darkens it because the photo is already dark. You see now, what if I just matted it on another piece of vanilla? I think that sort of like brings it out a little bit because craft, I don't think, well, I could try craft, I guess. Maybe I should try that, but I do think I want to frame it. Now, that's about as far as I've gone. When I've figured out a few supplies and where I go from here, I will come back. So I will see you in what to you will be just a second. So, my friends, this is where we wound up. And I love it. It's not at all, as I told you for you just a few minutes ago, and yesterday for me, I wasn't quite sure where I was going to go after that gorgeous mixed media. But in the end, I did not, first of all, I did not mat the photo. I did stay with the 8.5 by 11, and I matted it, though, on this lovely sort of burgundy, a little bit more red than the coppery colors and this sort of coppery red in the background, but I think it still matches beautifully. And then rather than mat the photo, I just took one strip of this sort of lovely burgundy red paper and brought it down the side. Now, in the end, you can't really see it. You can just see it peeking out the top and peeking out the bottom, but there you go. It is there. And then I just decided to go with circles, and I went into my stash and I grabbed some papers that I had. This is from Stampin' Up, A side, B side, and this one, is this Stampin' Up as well? Yes, and this one is also a Stampin' Up paper, and I used my dies and my punches. So to do these outlines, I used 2 sizes of dies, one within the other, and it gives me sort of this lovely open circle, and then the circles, and then I also used some punches. So I put my photo down where I wanted the photo, and then just sort of put the circles so that I would have a nice little flow down the page, still showing off beautifully the mixed media on the background, which sort of dictated a little bit the pattern that these circles would take. So I got that down, and then you see there was a perfect little spot, and then the rest sort of just dictates itself, because there was a beautiful little nook and cranny here that I could get my title in. And you know, as I mentioned, you can hardly see it on camera, I think, but in real life you can definitely see the reflection in the window. And so through the door, I was going to put reflection in the window or something like that, but through the door are the letters I had. And then I just went into my Simple Stories, I think this is Safe Travels, and took this sticker, which sort of gives you the idea of looking. So through the door with Adventure Awaits. So that's sort of a lovely little area, title area there. And then to stay within the circles and to go even a little bit smaller, I got 3 lovely Dotty About Flair pieces, Flairalicious pieces, and 2 Simple Stories Sunkissed, because then that gives me 3 additional sizes and 5 flare light. So 3 flare and 2 flat back brads. And that's all that is needed. Now, this will go next to the page, I can't remember which day that I did that, I called Inner City. It will go next to that. So there is some journaling on this page. I don't think this needs an awful lot. I may put a few words just in here to complete whatever the journaling was over on that side. And there you have it, my friends. There is day 14 in the books. Thank you so much for being here with me. Make sure, of course, as every day, you pop on down below and follow all of the links. There's tons and tons of inspiration. If you are playing along, the Facebook groups are there, 30 Days of Sketches and Scraptember, where you can share your work. Scraptember has one nice big album, and 30 Days of Sketches, Christie's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches has an album for just Series 8, and in the comments of each sketch, you can go put your take on the sketch. Use the hashtags, hashtag 30DSCBL8, hashtag Scraptember, or hashtag Scraptember2021. See you tomorrow, my friends. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.